With over 6,000 agencies to ask, we got some agency leaders to tell us how they scaled their agency with precision. But wait a minute, first things first.
It's an interesting thing when you talk about scaling as an agency. I think some people think, oh, if I grow and I've got a staff of 10 people, that's awesome. But if you're making the same amount of money with 10 employees as you are with 5, are you spinning your wheels?
As business owners, at some point, you have to kind of step out of the weeds and look at the big picture and say, okay, where do we want to go? What do we want to do? Where do we want to be in 5 years, 10 years from now?
Really even taking this time off and saying we're not trying to grow, because we honestly have always just grown really fast. Year after year, we've doubled in size. And then I said, okay, we need a year to just pause and really make sure that we're really solid on all of our processes, that we're doing a better job than we've ever done training people, that people have more support, that our staff are better taken care of than they ever have been.
For those who still want to put the pedal to the metal, get ready for game-changing agency insights and ruthless efficiency. Ever heard of just-in-time hiring? Let me explain. Imagine this. You're experiencing tremendous growth and you decide to proactively hire ahead of the demand to ease the workload on your team. It looks like a smart move, right? Well, sometimes even the best intentions can lead to unforeseen challenges.
Last year, we pushed hard to really be proactive about hiring ahead of the demand, so we weren't putting undue stress on the team with like one big client bringing like 30 campaigns and just stressing the system. I think we overdid it though, and we got really proactive. And then one of those big clients we churned, and then we were stuck holding the headcount overstaffed. One of our annual initiatives this year is to really dial in that just-in-time hiring to meet the demand, because I don't know what's going to happen this year. Nobody does.
It's okay for a team to run over capacity as long as it's for a short time.
I think it now is that just in time or shortly after. Put pressure on the team, make it a little harder for them to like hold on for like a month while you get somebody trained up and staffed, and then let them backfill and take off of other team members.
But sometimes you cannot say no to that new business opportunity and you need to create capacity. It's time to hire from the right places.
I think we made mistakes where we were hiring full-time employees straight away rather than exploring freelance or contract opportunities, or even potentially looking at outsourcing where possible. And we ended up with some staff issues, including, unfortunately, my co-director having to leave after a few years. So definitely lessons learned, and exploring all options that you have on the table before going all in and hiring full-time.
Think of an outsourced or offshore team as a force multiplier for your core team.
People who could help on the technical side of SEO, who wouldn't have access into like client data, but who could set up like a lot of the technical side of things from overseas, and essentially give almost like our strategists, like executive assistants, more or less, to do a lot of that kind of grunt work. And so that was a big turning point for us, was finding that and having people overseas like supporting our US based team and just getting more work done through that model.
This hybrid model of being able to have the flexibility to work with freelancers who want to do things on a part-time basis, so you can manage your resources, that if you have a large payroll that you have to meet constantly, that can be a challenge in difficult times.
Are you strategically selecting clients that align with your agency's strengths, values, and long-term growth goals? Are you prioritizing nurturing long-term relationships with clients that consistently bring profitable work? It's crucial for success.
I would say be patient. Don't expect to get it fully sorted straight away. It's something that evolves over time. I think, everyone is unique and brings their own unique skills to this space, but I think leaning into your specialization, really choosing, picking and working in a niche, and working on your own company culture, and seeing how your services evolve over time by really, really learning how your niche works, what unique problems they have and how you can solve them, then your value proposition will evolve over time through that. And it's something you can keep coming back to and keep improving on.
Once you figure this out, here's the hard truth. You must have the courage to fire clients who are not a fit. Next insight, work on processes that expedite decision making. We dove deep into SOPs before. This time around, we'll stick to the mindset behind it. It starts with a culture shift as an agency moves from the startup stage to the growth stage.
Breaking down those barriers and giving other people the responsibility to make those decisions and the responsibility to come up with different ideas. Like, it's kind of a culture shift, right? And that takes time. But I would say that that was the tweak that was necessary to, I guess, open the door for all of the other things. Because if it's all running through one person, it's really not going to be efficient. There's not a whole lot that one person can do. But when you've got, 9 people working towards the same goal, that's where things can really happen.
We've kind of shifted the mentality where everybody in the office kind of works to, make sure that we're not even more in a formal role, but, that we're shopping with our clients, that we're saying hello to them, that we're valuing that relationship. But the help desk software, when they submit the ticket there, it goes to the first available agent. We all do website edits. And that was the other thing, is we had 1 or 2 people doing website edits before. Now we have everybody doing that. So we're all able to pitch in, we're all able to, and as our workloads change throughout the week, that helps us kind of figure out who has some extra time to work on those.
With building off optimizing agency how-tos and processes comes encouraging a culture of accountability.
We don't micromanage. No one's looking over each other's shoulders. There's a lot of flexibility within kind of the work week. Like, really, at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that everybody is accountable, both to the team and the partners. In terms of how they get that done, it's entirely up to them. But there's going to be loads of support coming from the company as a whole. Make
sure, however, that you provide the conditions to encourage and develop accountability.
We actually built out what we call scorecards. So everybody on our team, every role has a scorecard. And that's essentially it's kind of like a job description, more or less, but it's like responsibilities that everybody in the team has on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual basis for their role that's specific to that role. And it's just a good way for us to make sure that we're all holding ourselves accountable to the things that we're supposed to be doing.
Next comes technology optimizations. I mean, who doesn't actually do this? These days, it's mission critical to be at the forefront of technology.
Technology is evolving so quickly. ChatGPT, another huge, how is that going to impact our industry and what we do and what we can deliver to clients using, services and apps like that. So keeping up and figuring out what new changes and keeping ahead of what these game changers are going to be for our current clients and for future clients is kind of our goal in growth moving forward.
Efficiency and accuracy at crucial customer touchpoints, where you can shine a light on your agency's value, are absolute must-haves.
And that's when we started to look at reporting and reporting suites. And the key dominant buying motive for me as the agency owner was to make sure that the reporting could be set up by pretty much anybody, from your bookkeeper to the cleaner. And that was really what I was looking for, was that simplicity. It was kind of click, plug and play almost.
And while we're talking about that, here's a tip from agencies that do client reporting smarter, not harder. Sign up for a free trial of AgencyAnalytics. Find the link in the description below. If you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and hit that bell notification button to stay updated with our future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.